Human nature is the most interesting thing. And flawed nature. For some reason, I really like things that are a little bit used or a little bit faded. Decay is super interesting and beautiful, and we're surrounded by it. There's an expiration date to almost everything. A photograph holds that expiration date forever. I grew up in the Midwest in a small town, and my grandma had kind of one of the more popular taverns there. It was called Smokey's. And the walls were all covered in centerfolds, hundreds and hundreds of them. And after school, I would check out library books of Renaissance art. And I would take those books and I would go down to my grandma's tavern and sit there and draw for hours, looking at the combination of the centerfolds and these books. And that all mixed together, and I think that's kind of how my art started. And those Renaissance books and those drawings are still the things that inspire my photography. As a photographer, I'm not someone who documents things. I don't take snapshots. I don't just go and take a picture. I make a picture. It's the fake part that I like the most. To make something so believable that's temporary and then you move on, but I have a photograph of that to keep forever. I want these pictures to not be so easy because I need it to be more, almost like a small film in one picture. After I lived in California, went to photography school, I moved to Italy to be a photographer. When I went to Rome, my eyes were opened for the first time to what art was. The Colosseum and paintings and sculptures, I was so moved and awakened. This project is meant to skip around eras and different times in my life, but also different times of the world. This is more pictures than I've ever taken for a series before, but it's the culmination, almost like a collage, that's gonna make you realize the full extent of this project. Almost like a mass of pictures collected by one person to show you the history of the world. I call this project Paradise Garage because I did it all in my garage this time. Normally I would have to do a picture in a few days in the studio. This time I could take as long as I wanted. Part of the excitement for me was the restraints that it also had. It's a small space, and how do you make a small space into something incredible? It was always transformed. It wasn't just a garage anymore. It was a whole world. Nothing gives me more happiness than taking pictures and creating pictures. And that final picture is more like a sculpture, really. I want you to viscerally feel it. Whether your hair stands up on your neck or you giggle, I want something to happen. Because my past is my photography. It's an exploration of what I mean on this earth. I'm trying to make art that stays with you longer than just the fleeting time that you look at it. I want something left. I want a record that I was here. And my record will be my photography. I want to make that the most intense thing. Whether you like it or not, I want you to know about it. I want you to know who I am.